In my last video, we established that the Sacred Relic Sword rune farm was in fact the best in Elden Ring, and although that surprised nobody, I read a lot of comments on how to optimize both the bird farm and the Albinauric farm. So let's take a look at all of the options and see what is the most efficient way to approach these rune farms. First off, let's take a look at the farms you can perform in your very first playthrough without having access to the Sacred Relic Sword. The target number is 1080 runes per second, as this is how much you will get by using glitches. My first thought when I approached the bird farm was to find a method that could yield consistent results with the spot up very close by the Grace, which is the spot you guys suggested last week. So I used the jar cannon, as the explosions were more likely to hit, and for some reason less likely to make the bird turn around if I missed? This bird might belong to James Bond. The problem I found with this farm is that I was still missing a decent amount, and although I could always recover on the second or third shot and always make the bird fall, there was a lot of time loss. Still, 921 runes per second is better than the bird farm in my last video, so right there is proof that you guys who commented were right. Another good suggestion was the Enchanted Shot Ash of War, which homes in on the enemy, and let me tell you, when it works perfectly, and it is fast. But the margin of error is really small, and I oftentimes found that I had to reset without having let the bird fall, netting me an RPS of 958. But the best and only 99% consistent method for bird farming that I found was using the Barrage Ash of War. I had no trouble getting every single bird off the cliff quickly, which led to an average of 1,197 runes per second. That's actually higher than the target of 1,080 runes per second that glitch farming got in my last video, proving that there's actually no reason at all to use glitch farms if you're interested in the best raw output for your character's first playthrough. That's not even the only farm that ended up being better than glitch farming. Someone commented that Radahn's Starscourge Greatsword can be used on the Albinaurics, and in testing, yeah, it's better than glitching. Giving an average of 1,196 runes per second, it stands toe-to-toe with Barrage bird farming. But if you really want to min-max, you need to use the best rune farm available, which is of course the Sacred Relic Sword farm. But how do you do it? Should you swing once like I did in my last video, or should you swing twice and get all of the enemies? Or maybe you should do both the Sacred Relic Sword farm and the bird in one go. Let's take a look at wiping out the Albinaurics. The strategy here is to run up, swing, and run up again, and then swing again to get the few left that you missed. This nets you over 2,171 runes per second, which is above the low end of last week's testing, which means I need to redo that test and reduce the variance. So I ran up, swung once, and turned right around and sprinted back to the Grace, as I trusted the wave would get as many enemies as possible as I ran back, netting me an average RPS of 2,579. There was only one strategy left, and this is one that you guys also suggested in the comments, and I have to say, thank you all for all the comments and support, because it truly does help me out a lot, especially when it comes to determining what to do next. The strategy here is to send out exactly one wave of gold, which we do know now is better than two, and then shoot the bird with an Enchanted Shot, because that will not miss without the tree getting in the way. This nets an average of 2,373 runes per second. That means if you assumed I was posting these rune farms in ascending order, you were wrong, because the best rune farm is in fact exactly the method I thought I was and posted about in my last video, and this is more concrete evidence supporting that. All of this testing was done with the Golden Scarab Talisman and not using the Pickled Foulfoot, which you should definitely use on your own rune farms, right? Thank you all, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.